And we're back, dear viewers, to welcome our guest. We're really delighted to welcome with us Dr. Mai. She is a clinical nutritionist, and of course, she's also a specialist. So, really happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. To start with, what is a healthy lifestyle at the beginning? Let's talk more about a healthy lifestyle and how do we, let's say, start with it throughout our life.
Yeah, it's about the healthy lifestyle is challenging a little bit because it's how you draw your life. Especially nowadays, you are under influence of this restaurants and all this media and all this busy schedules. So it's really challenging to keep it up. And it's like a style, how you dress up, how you want to style your life. For example, do you want to style it healthy or unhealthy? So I think it's worth to invest on this part, and so this is the tricky part: is how to implement it in your life.
Let's say.
Yeah, exactly, and how to maintain it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dr. Mai, what are the most important aspects of a healthy lifestyle, please?
It's about what you eat, because you are what you eat, and also performing physical activity through all the day, and drinking water, sleeping well. Mental health, so is all this aspect together. So if you want to implement healthy lifestyle, you should focus in each part, not only on eating habits. You should focus on all these parts, and I encourage everyone to start from eating habits because it's easier, a little bit easier than the rest.
I'd like to build on that actually, because obviously the importance of healthy nutrition is so good for our whole human body. But let's talk about like healthy food and then also mental health. What is the correlation between
And if you sleep well, you can function well, and you could focus through all your life and your day. So and also perform. You don't have the fuel to perform all these activities.
And does it really like follow the triangle? You know how like even growing up in school, there's like the top, you want like a little bit of sugar, but then like all the, the vegetables. Is that triangle true? Is that the amount that we're supposed to be having?
Yeah, the pyramid, it was in the old days when we, before even I born, how they taught people to eat healthy. But now, no, it's about the plate, the healthy plate. How you classify your plate. For example, half of it should be vegetables, which is rich in fibers, and 2/3 is protein, rich in beef and also chicken, eggs, all these sources of protein. And the third one is only the carbohydrates. You can eat potatoes or rice or whatever. So it's the healthy plate. This is the essential, more than the pyramid. But we can use it in school because we want to teach students and children how to eat and to focus on what. So we give them this pyramid because it's easier, that the tip is that only the sugar source, and then it's going down until you go to the bottom, which is high fiber sources and vegetables and fruits. So it's easy to look for students. But I advise people, everyone, even the adults, to implement the healthy plate, which is classified one.
Yes, to me, this field is very difficult, especially when we're talking about food, because I'm a person who loves food. And to have and to find that great balance in having healthy food, or let's say leaving, let's say fast food and so on, is a big conflict for me. So as a person who loves food, what advice do you give them, especially to have their own balanced diet? Like, I don't want to have that diet that, let's say, takes everything that I love for me, but have a balanced one that could actually be, let's say, provided in every time and amount.
Yeah, me too. I'm foodie as well. Yeah, food is the pleasure of life. So that's why I encourage people to implement healthy lifestyle, because they can enjoy food, in the same time they can maintain their health. So if you want to implement a healthy eating habit, you start with the easiest one. For example, you should tackle exactly what habits you are implementing in your life and focus on this one. Take it one by one. So, for example, people sometimes they eat fast food, or if they dine also outside, they drink fizzy drinks,
Yes.
sugary and this horrible drinks.
Soft drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I encourage them to start with this one. Just for example, quit or just minimize it as much as you can, and then start step by step and focus in each habit. By time you will find yourself empowered, and you can do it, and you can quit this habit. So you can't generalize things like I should do all this together. You should take it step by step.
Yeah.
And at the same time, try to draw your vision board, which is having all the elements which I mentioned. One of it like what habits you are doing, and try to say it like quit fizzy sugary drink, and try to look at it every day. And by time you will feel empowered, and you feel like, oh, I'm a hero, I did it, and you will do it eventually. And at the same time, start to balance your diet.
Yes.
Don't focus on about, oh, I love food, I can't control myself. The diet, the term of diet
Yes.
is like a stress term if you
Indeed,
hear
yes.
it. No, try to, if you listen to diet, the sentence or the word,
itself.
Yeah.
don't think about it like I will be deprived, no food at all. No, try to minimize the quantity and also the quality.
Yeah.
Because if you want to focus on food, try to make it in this category, like the quantity and the quality and the cooking habits, how you cook the food.
Yeah.
If you focus on these three elements, also you will control your diet in this time. Yeah.
You know, I always say that having or being on diet is not like not having any kind of food you want. You could be on diet and you could have some kind of, let's say, any kind of plate or something you really love, but with less calories, let's say, or less fat. And having, let's say, a balanced diet, I'm not going to say, I'm trying to not mention diet much, but healthy lifestyle throughout your day, it makes us more in a good health, and the day like goes with the flow. It's better with a sleep and with a balanced, again, diet. So what is the benefits of physical activity throughout our body if we worked on this process, let's say?
Many effects and positive effects indeed. If you start to implement physical activity, you will find yourself even having more power. At the same time, it will help your sleep pattern, and also by time it will make you young, and you will stay in shape. At the same time, you feel more confident, and also it will empower you, and you can, by time you find your posture, everything, because if you build muscles, you will not look at your age. At the same time, you will preserve your muscles, which is so rich, because by age you will lose it. If you in the beginning of your 30s, I know all of you young, me too. So if you, for example, from 30s, you will start to lose muscles. And if you lose muscles, I always say like muscles so precious. This is the treasure, because if you build muscles, you find your posture, your walk, even you will stay young, your body will stay young. It's not about your face, you stay young by even your body physique.
You would feel younger and lighter, let's say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you sleep well, because you are exercising, also it will help you and to prevent you from chronic diseases, because it's also, by studies showed, it's associated with prevention of chronic diseases. So also you will maintain your health in the same time. And exercise, it will improve your digestion. People who have irritable bowel disease, which is like sometimes distension, abdominal distension, sometimes they can't even breathe because of this distension.
Thank you so much for bringing it up, actually. One of my first symptoms was I couldn't actually swallow food and breathe at the same time. Imagine how difficult that was. I could barely eat and so slow. And that is actually a very popular, I guess, is it considered a disease? What is it considered under?
It's a syndrome. It's not a disease.
It's a syndrome.
Yeah, but it can imitate a disease, because it's very serious, as you discovered, because some people, they can't breathe and they have like symptoms of heart disease, and they've been admitted, and by investigation they found nothing happened alhamdulillah, is only because of the indigestion, which is impaired digestion, and it could be improved by exercise and drinking water and eating healthy by high fiber diet. So it's preventable. So if you start to exercise, you will find your digestion improved, even the distension which is caused by gases, so it will be improved.
Yes.
And also people who have constipation, it will improve eventually. But not only exercise, plus drinking water and high fiber diet.
Hydration.
Okay.
Always hydration.
Thank you
and
for
drink
mentioning
water.
it. It is the most glamorous syndrome.
Yes, but it is very important, especially that we are educating everyone who are viewing us, because this is a kind of a certain matter that is very, very delicate to everyone who is watching us. Maybe sometimes, let's say, talking about the symptoms could sound, let's say, uncomfortable, but in the end, it is very important for everyone to educate themselves and to try to prevent it in general. And we know that, Hanan, you always like to exercise and like to maintain your health. So, yes.
You know, I cannot wait to exercise. Perhaps twice daily would be too much, but at least the 3 to 4 times a week, moderately. When it comes to exercise, Dr. May, what is the kind of exercise that you continue on doing, and what are its benefits, please?
Yeah, any physical activity is important. It depends on the patient and or the person preferences. Some people, they can't go to gym, so I encourage them to do any physical activity, even walking, like in the house, counting steps. But of course, if you lift weights, is better, because also it will help you to build muscles. So everything is important, but the studies shows like 30 minutes per day is enough, and the total accumulated amount, which is 150 minutes per whole week, is also important, and it could prevent from chronic diseases.
Yeah, true.
Lovely.
I miss going to the gym and doing my exercises, to be honest.
Do
I feel
it.
so bad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope you
I
will
haven't been to the
return.
gym.
I will
to
one
gym.
day. I'll be back.
I
We
haven't
will
been to a gym
encourage
since
you.
2014, man. But this is gonna get me definitely taking the gym more seriously.
Please
100%.
do.
I have
And
to.
Yeah, and the weather is so nice, Kamar. You can just take a nice walk outside.
It's very true. It actually is. Good
And
idea,
since-
Hanan.
Since we're talking about exercise and changing the lifestyle, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to change their healthy lifestyle? As we notice nowadays, some people are working on their lifestyle being on balanced diet or being so much healthy, and it's the opposite, vice versa. People are going on junk food and they don't care how they look, they're not doing exercise, they're living their life, eating food.
And there is me, who,
Enjoying
who
the
eats,
moment.
junk food and go to the gym.
At
I like that
at
balance.
least you're exercising. You're
Yes.
doing something.
Yeah,
So what is the one advice you would give to anyone who wants to change their lifestyle? Especially, it's really hard to, let's say, if you're on a system eating junk food and so on, being healthy is really hard. Like, if you push it, it's really hard.
Yeah, it is. It's a challenge, as I said. But we have to invest in this part, because this is our life. And people who have excuses like, I can't go, I don't blame them. Even my patient, they give me plenty of excuses. The weather, okay, the weather is good, go. No, another excuse. It's like this, continuous. So this is the thing. If they just live their life like a waste, it's a waste. It will go. It will not come back. And it's worth trying. So I always encourage people to don't think about the difficulties. Start with a point, but they have to start. And if you start, you will get the motivation afterwards.
Yes.
Because the motivation is not something you can adopt easily. Because if you start, you will have the empowerment. I will do it again. You feel like happy because it will give you happiness. If you eat well and you sleep well, if you drink water, if you eat well, everything will be fine. Even people, they will notice that.
Yeah.
But they have to try. But if they just rely on this difficulties because of the restaurants and this fast food, And I don't think like
We
is
always
it-
say that tomorrow I'll go to the gym, tomorrow I'll exercise. Yeah, maybe tomorrow, the day after, and then
No,
tomorrow
no.
comes and we're just
Cheat
sitting.
day.
Yeah, true.
I have advice very important because I did it and I succeeded, alhamdulillah. And I encourage everyone, even my patients, to draw your vision board. And every reborn is glamorous.
True.
And for us, even if you did any mistake, don't blame yourself. And because all of us make mistakes, even people who, athletes for example, in one point they quit and they come back, but they come back. So this is the thing. So if you draw this vision board, try to do it as soon as possible because you have few days left before the new year. So try to make it very simple. As we mentioned about the elements of healthy lifestyle, put it in this vision board. And each thing that you did, for example, junk food, try to minimize, say 1 day a week or
Yes.
1 day a month.
Yes.
Write it up. And for example, go to gym for you.
Yes.
Then write it up. Everything that you are doing and you want to change this, write it up in this vision board. And if you succeeded, leave it because it means like you did it. It's an achievement, a credit for you. Try to add another challenge. Make it all full of challenge. By the end of this year, believe me, you will do it because this vision board, it will be inside your room or in front of you every day. You will see it every day. It will give you this motivation. And because in your subconscious, you will think about it, what I did today. Oh, I'm a hero, I did it. So it will give you this. You don't need anyone to give you the motivation. You will be the source of motivation.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Yes,
Be ready
indeed.
with your plan, Hiba.
I am. I'm trying, inshallah. So thank you very much, Dr. May. It was
Thank
really a
you.
pleasure having you here, and especially as you just said, be your own hero and try to let's say set your goals for the future and have that plan for yourself because you are the source of your happiness and the solution and the power and of course being a hero. So thank
Yes,
you very
indeed.
much.
Thank you so much for having me. Good luck.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And with that, dear viewers, we're going to continue the rest of the episode, so stay tuned with us.